If you want to see what I got at the produce stand today, so I finished off my grocery shopping for the entire month of July, and I also stayed in my grocery budget. That is what we're going to be talking about today. If you're just meeting me, my name is Amy Cross, and this is Across Legacy, where I teach you how to save money on groceries. And one of those ways is by reducing your food waste. I go grocery shopping once every 3 to 4 weeks. Sometimes I'm even pushing it out a little bit longer than that, and we have fresh produce the entire time. Now, I already did part one of this grocery haul, which was my July Costco haul, which will go up on the channel on a Sunday. And then on the following Tuesday is going to be this produce haul. But just so you know, the grocery shopping trips actually happened on July 1st and July 2nd. Today's July 2nd. And it takes a few days for things to get edited and then up on the channel. But that's when I actually went grocery shopping, was on the 1st and the 2nd. So if you have watched that other video, you know that we just did the Costco haul, and then it was really hot that day and I was trying to rush home. One, because while I was at Costco, I was getting messages from our real estate agent that they wanted to have a showing that evening. And two, Mike had a doctor's appointment that was near the farm stand that I wanted to go to the next day. And so it just made a lot more sense to do this in 2 days for the grocery haul. And so I got all of the produce now, and then tonight I'm going to be washing everything. So when you see the pictures later, it will have the lemons and blueberries that I got at Costco on the counter when I'm drying everything, but those are the items that I did get at Costco. So let's start walking through some of the items that I got today. I got some peaches that were my first of the season. We're finally getting some fresh peaches in, and some white nectarines, which are actually my favorite. I can't wait to make some different salads with those and have peaches and nectarines in some salads, and we like them in caprese salads also, but there was no basil anywhere. I have a little bit of basil up here on my windowsill, and then I also need to check out in the garden to see if we have some basil, but I'm ready for some fresh basil. And then I got some fresh cherries, which I was very excited to get this new variety. It is called a strawberry Rainier cherry. So I've never tried these before. Make sure when you're washing your cherries that you keep the stem on, and they're going to stay fresh a lot longer. We have an entire video on keeping your cherries fresh longer, and we will link that in the description. And I also got a couple mangoes today. So for the fresh fruit that I got, it was the peaches, nectarines, cherries, and mangoes. And then I already got strawberries and blueberries and watermelon and lemons at Costco when I went on that other grocery haul. So we have all kinds of different fruits here to use up. And then I made sure that I got a big head of romaine lettuce and some kale. I already purchased some spinach, so we have plenty of greens. I got some fresh asparagus, and I love when the asparagus is really tiny and not really thick and woody. So I'm going to be washing those and putting those in some filtered water in the refrigerator, and they are going to stay fresh 3 to 4 weeks. And then I got some fresh cilantro that also I'm going to wash and put with some filtered water, and the cilantro will stay fresh for about 6 weeks in the refrigerator. I got some cucumber and corn on the cob. I got some peppers and also some jalapenos. So there's a ton of bell peppers. I think I got 8 in total, and I did drop one on the ground. So after I wash it, I want to make sure that that is the first one that I used, because I did split it a little bit when I dropped it, but it was my fault. So I still grabbed it to bring it home. And I got some avocados, which I'm going to make sure that I store those with my lemons and other citrus. There's some limes here for some fun things to have during July. And then I got some mushrooms also. I'm kind of the only one here at the house that likes mushrooms, but I was making this creamy spinach chicken recipe, and it just sounded like it'd be so good to try again with mushrooms in it too. So I did get some mushrooms. If I store these in a glass jar with a paper towel, these are going to stay fresh again for about 3 to 4 weeks. So I will have plenty of time to eat those up. I did get about 10 yellow onions to make sure that I filled up my container. We were almost completely out of onions, and some sweet potatoes and a couple baker potatoes also. This entire grocery haul at the produce stand today was $74.55, and I have just about $5 left in my grocery budget for this month. So between the Costco stop and this grocery haul, I have spent $265. If you're somebody that throws away produce all of the time, make sure that you comment in the comments what item you throw away the most, and I will send you a link to the video that we have to help teach you how to keep it fresh longer, because we have videos for almost all of the produce items at this point. And make sure that you're checking out our Zero Waste Produce Guide, which is my produce book that goes through 75 produce items A to Z. If you're curious what I'm making with all of these items, we post a meals video every 2 weeks that goes up on the channel, so you can see exactly what I use with all of these produce items and then the other ingredients that I bought on the other video. So this is the July part 2 video, and then there's a July part 1 video. And I will say, I was really excited to go to the farm stands. I actually went to 2 of them to check things out and just peek around. I took some extra pictures of some things that were just in season that I didn't happen to pick up today. But this is probably our last time going to the farm stand here in Western Washington, as maybe by the next time it's time to go grocery shopping again, we will be very close to moving. So we don't know the exact date when we're moving yet. We don't have an official offer yet. There's still a lot of things that are up in limbo, and we know in the next 30 days our lives are going to be changing. I hope you enjoyed this video, and it encourages you next time that you go grocery shopping to check out some of the seasonal produce and what you can make with it.